The Panasonic G9 II is expected to be announced tomorrow, but thanks to the Camera Insider, we have detailed leaked specifications as well as detailed high-resolution leaked images of the camera, so an announcement is imminent. Stick around after this short break for all the details. But first, subscribe to this channel for a chance to win a Canon EOS R5. I'll be giving one away to one lucky subscriber once this channel reaches 100,000 subscribers. Anyone above the age of 18 with a valid mailing address is eligible. Additional terms and conditions are linked in the description down below. For the first time in a long time, we have detailed leaked images of a camera before it's expected to be released. It's a thick, well-built camera, very similar to the original G9. It has a flippy screen, but the buttons have a different design and layout compared to the original G9. And while we don't have the original leaked price, the original G9 can be had for $897, $400 off the regular price at Build Expo. These prices can be expected to last until September the 14th. The specifications for the G9 II aren't that different from the Panasonic S5 Mark II or the Mark IIX. It has a 25.2 megapixel sensor, and the autofocus system is using that phase detect autofocus system. Oh, deep breath, deep breath. Yes, that contrast detect, depth from defocus, autofocus system is no longer coming out in Panasonic cameras. This is great. This is the third camera if you include the S5 IIX that doesn't have that contrast detect autofocus system. And this autofocus system is great at detecting all sorts of moving objects, from people to animals to trains, planes, and automobiles. It's perfect for sports, motorsports, and wildlife photography. And the continuous high-speed shooting rate for this camera, well, you might be a little bit surprised. So keep in mind, it is a 25 megapixel sensor. It's capable of 60 frames per second. Now, for a total length, for a total duration of 3 seconds. Now, we don't know at this point whether that's going to be JPEG, HEIF, RAW, or any combination thereof. I would suspect that it's JPEG. And while we do have the full leaked specifications of this camera, it was presented by a Chinese site. That document is no longer available, so all I have is what we were able to grab and nothing else at this point. But we do have a pretty detailed list of specifications. And now for the video specifications. And this is where the Panasonic G9 II separates itself from many of the cameras out there capable of shooting 4K. We can see this in cameras that cost considerably more. The Canon EOS R5, the Nikon Z8, the Nikon Z9, and even the Sony A7R5 can't shoot at 100 or 120 frames per second in 4K. The G9 II can, and can do it in 10-bit. Now, it doesn't say whether it's 10-bit 422 or 10-bit 420, or even 10-bit 444. Yeah, okay, I know, it's not going to do 10-bit 444. But yeah, with the new phase detect autofocus system able to shoot at 4K up to 120 frames per second, there are very few cameras on the market today that can do that. So that's a pretty impressive capability. And IBIS, well, it can shoot up to 8 stops IBIS, 5-axis image stabilization, so that's good news. No mention of how that would change if we attach a lens to it, but well, Panasonic, they know how to shoot with IBIS, don't they? I mean, this company, especially with their GH series cameras, has one of the best IBISes out there that you can actually move and it's still going to produce really good results. As you can see by this leaked image of the Panasonic G9 II, it has a flippy screen, not a 4-axis LCD like the Sony A7R5, and the resolution, 1.84 million dots. Now the EVF is up to 3.68 million dots, and it's an organic, no mention on the refresh rate. And while the full leaked specifications were published, unfortunately the Camera Insider didn't grab all of those, so we only have this high-level summary of the specifications, but we do have a lot of really good images. So the Panasonic G9 II is rumored to be announced tomorrow, September the 12th. And based on getting all these leaked specifications and images, well, this is very similar to what we've seen in the past. Whenever we get a leaked press announcement or full leaked images or specifications of a camera, then yes, it is expected to be announced within the next 24 to 48 hours. So we don't know the exact time at this point. And based on my schedule tomorrow, unless this announcement comes at around 11 p.m. or 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm not going to be able to do a live stream. However, if it is going to be in the evening, I will be covering this live. I just don't know the time yet, so I need to find out what the time is before I can go ahead and book a live stream. So the Panasonic G9 II, the second Panasonic camera to have their new phase detect autofocus system. If you don't include the S52X, this would be the third in that case. It's pretty impressive, but you know what I want to see? Not a camera that has very similar specifications to the S5 Mark II, but the S1 refresh, and most importantly, as a video shooter, I'd like to see the S1H2. So we don't have a lot in terms of rumors as to when these cameras are going to be announced, but the S1, it was announced 4 years ago. Well, actually 4.5 years ago, and the S1H, well, it was announced just over 4 years ago, so we are definitely due for a refresh there. So if you want to stay up to date on all the latest, greatest news and rumors, then go ahead and subscribe, but also choose all notifications. And one thing you might have noticed is right down here, I've had the pre-order links for, or well, I should say the smart pre-order links for the Panasonic G9 II. And what that's designed to do, if you're going to buy from B&H or Adorama or even Amazon, what it's going to do is going to show you every single SKU option available for that camera. So body alone, body with a kit lens, and of course, if Adorama or B&H, what they love to do sometimes is to throw together kit packages giving you multiple choices of lenses, as well as with a camera bag, memory cards, and other things basically thrown in for free. So I highly recommend copying down these smart pre-order links. They will be in effect once the embargo has been lifted, but at this point, we don't know when that's going to be, other than it's supposed to be sometime tomorrow on September the 12th. And if you want to stay up to date on all the minor news and rumors, then go ahead and follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, because I'm constantly tweeting out information. In fact, several hours ago this morning, I actually tweeted out the information of this camera long before this video came out. So it's one way to stay up to date on all the latest camera gear news and rumors, whether they big news or small news, whether they are big news stories or small news stories. See, early in the morning, it's kind of hard to get all my lingity out or speak properly. Words speak me not. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Lots coming this fall. We'll see you again soon.